Chapter 1, Part 1. The Broadening. Figures danced around, beautiful but at the same time intimidating, shapes and illusions trying to describe something that didn't really exist, or did it? Drumming beats took away the mystery as rain spattered against the window. The rattle became a roar as the droplets became balls of ice. Jess started as a flash, rattled his chest. He was shaken at the speed with which the thunder followed the light. Almost immediately a blanket of white was followed by a deep rumble, breaking into a strong vibrating crescendo. He got up, still not sure if he was awake or asleep, took slow steps across the untidy bedroom floor. The electric storm illuminated his dingy flat. He stepped up to his window, peered through the curtain, and could see people sheltering in the bridge opposite his window. It was black with soot, a build-up of dirty black residue. He had a strange affection for its gloomy atmosphere. It reminded him of romantic and fatalistic images. He noticed in the corner of his eye someone looking up at him. His window. For a moment time froze, and Jess felt connected through eternity to his voyeur. But instead of following up this strange sensation, he nervously and gently stepped towards his safety zone. An armchair. The chair was large and cosy, red and battered. Springs broke through like fresh growth, as if it had decided to take root. It reeked with a history of old men drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. There were yellow nicotine stains on the ceiling above it that lit up as he was thinking about it. He should be asleep. Having made a point of going to bed early, he had to catch the train. This was a turning point for him to get out of bed, sit down, and see the world. Who knows what that meant? Jess had spent a lot of time on his own, partly through choice. Others would say that he had a strange way about him. It was true, he was often distracted by his own thoughts. Not really there, was the description his parents used. He felt he was not in the right place, or even quite the right time. He put the train a month earlier. It cost less that way, reserved at a certain time. He had felt pleased with himself at finally getting organised enough to plan his escape. He sunk into his favourite chair. In an anxious state, thinking about not catching the train, the idea went round in his mind time and again, like a hamster in a wheel, scampering busily, getting nowhere but still going, still going, still going, still going. Rain, rain. Jess started. He climbed out of his chair and staggered towards the retro wind-up alarm clock. He had strategically placed it on the far side of the flat wall-papered dingy den to get him out of bed. Some days he stayed in his room, isolated himself. The whole situation had got out of control. That's why he was leaving. His sister Gabby had suggested it. She still cared, for some reason. He thought everybody else had probably given up. The truth was no one really understood him. Well, that was almost the case. Every now and then Jess had spent time with people who got where he was coming from. That company, however, was always cut short. He enjoyed his own company. It was fitting into the world of work and society that upset him. Jess gradually made his way to the bathroom. He hadn't looked at the time on the clock, but was aware that it was really windy. His front door was rattling, which meant that the wind was gusting through the badly repaired window frame down the hallway. Something was strange. There was an atmosphere, and the storm was no longer at the front of Chess's mind. His shaving mirror looked like a window, and he couldn't take his eyes off it, even if he had wanted to. He stepped close to his grubby little hand basin to get a closer look. Suddenly his head lost all sense of itself. Then he felt a sucking, drawing, like he was travelling through a straw, a funnel, a narrowing. He was without form, but had a sense of himself. He didn't feel fear. He somehow knew this feeling. Then splat! It was like a big paintbrush had scooped him up and flung him down onto a bed that wasn't his.